What's up everyone, Erik here from HardwareForGamers. To date, I've tested all the mid-range Polaris-based GPUs, but today, it's time to get my NAVI on. Let's get into this. I'm going to be splitting the content for this card into 3 videos. This one, which will be on the out-of-the-box gaming performance. Then I'll be doing a more technical one, where I'll be taking a look at how the cooler and GPU perform. And then I'll also be doing a teardown of the card. Finally, the third video where I'll be overclocking the card to see how far this card can be pushed, which will likely involve flashing the BIOS, so subscribe so you don't miss those ones. The Gigabyte RX5600XT Gaming OC Revision 1 is 280mm long by 115mm wide by 50mm deep. This is a NAVI 10 GPU. Built on the TSMC 7nm process. This card has 2304 stream processors with a rated boost clock of 1620 MHz and a rated game clock of 1560 MHz. It has 6 gigs of GDDR6 memory clocked at 12,000 MHz. Now that's what's indicated on the Gigabyte website, but depending on what BIOS is on the card, these numbers may change. Now I just want to clearly state this, all these benchmarks I'm about to show are from just out of the box. I'm going to throw up the gaming benchmarks in just a second, but first the test bench. The CPU is the Ryzen 5 3600, overclocked to 4.2 GHz on all cores. The motherboard is the ASRock X470 Taichi. I have 2 8GB sticks of Corsair Vengeance 3600, overclocked to CL16. The CPU cooler is the Fractal Design Celsius S24. The power supply is the Corsair CS 750M. The game drive is a Team Group 1TB SATA 3 SSD. The OS drive is a 250GB Western Digital Blue SATA 3 M.2 SSD. And all tests were performed on an open-air test bench. The 5600XT had nearly a 30% increase on the average frame rate over the RX590 in Far Cry 5. In the Division 2, the 5600XT had a 41% increase over the RX590. In Vermintide 2, the 5600XT had a 36% increase over the RX590. In Rainbow Six Siege, the 5600XT had a 31% increase over the RX590 for the average frame rates. And in Borderlands 3, the 5600XT had a 53% increase over the RX590. And in World War Z, the 5600 had an increase of 27% over the RX590. In Mad Max, 2 RX580s running in Crossfire was 24% faster than the 5600XT, but the 5600XT was 38% faster than the RX590. In Dying Light, the 5600XT was 33% faster than the RX590. And in Watch Dogs 2, the 5600XT was 33% faster than the RX580s in Crossfire, and was 56% faster than the RX590. So I'm going to quickly go over the temperatures for the auto fan profile. Now again, just as a reminder, everything is shown as a delta. The GPU max edge temperature was 34.5 degrees, and the GPU max junction temperature was 54.5 degrees. The max memory temperature was 53.5, and the max VRM temperature was 40.5. So everything was very nice and chill, even on the auto fan profile. Now the auto fan profile is extremely conservative at 37.5 decibels, and had an average fan speed of 1600 RPM. So the RX5600XT Gaming OC on average had a combined frame rate of 141 frames per second. And the RX590 Gaming 8G had an average combined frame rate of 87, with the RX580 Armor X having a combined average FPS of 80. Which makes the RX5600XT 62% faster than the RX590 and 76% faster than the RX580. Now you're able to get the RX5600XT on newegg.com for $290 as of time of filming, which then gives you a cost per frame of $2.05, which is a better deal than both the RX 590 and RX 580. Well, I think the RX 5600 XT performed really well for the $300 price tag that it has. And that's all I got for this one. So if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're still watching, could you please hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you get notified whenever I drop a new video. And as always, thank you for watching and see you next time.